Okay. Interesting stuff coming out here. The techs are all way lower. Okay, techs are all way lower, and that's good because we're not in much stuff. We're almost in nothing, and we want things to go. Okay. So first, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is better. It's trying to break up. If it breaks up, coin can hit 200 pretty fast. Actually, like the 190s. If you can get them in at $2, becomes an interesting play. MicroStrategy down 100 points on nothing, with Bitcoin pretty much at its high. So keep an eye on that one. Okay. Now let's go to tech. Nvidia, the wait time went from 11 months to 4 months, but it actually makes sense because the new product is going to come in probably 3 to 4 months. So why are you going to order something that's going to take you 11 months when you have a new product, right? I mean, like if you have, say Dell was selling laptops, which they do, and they're telling you you're not going to get the laptop for a year, but then a new version is going to come out. Nobody's going to buy the old version. Now, this one, they'll keep buying it, but less. So that actually makes sense. Now, you got another upgrade of 1050 price target on Nvidia. So here's the thing. If Nvidia is good and they guide up and it runs, probably gets to 830, 840, possibly 900 if they do a split. If they don't do a split, they don't guide up, probably goes to 600. Okay? So you just have to know that that's happening. Okay, SMCI is up 25 today. What a move on Friday. Now, some people sent me some messages and they said, Sam, I couldn't get into SMCI. Okay? So here's the thing about trading. So let's talk about the basics of trading and why people get dumb. Okay? Look, I say it like it is. Okay? So that's it. So we had LRCX, and our LRCX 750 or 950s were $11. They were $11 from 2. Okay? But we also had 925. The 925s, they were 30, but they were bid 28, asked 30, and it was 32 in the money. So I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And I'm trying to sell it for 30, and he wouldn't fill them because he knew the next few, within a minute, it was going to go low. He wouldn't fill them. But meanwhile, it took me 3 or 4 iterations of cancel, replace, cancel, replace, cancel, replace. And while I was doing that, SMCI, which had hit 1067, dropped 40. Okay? So at that point, I'm trying to buy the SMCI 950 puts, and the bid was 2, the ask was 3. Okay? Now, here's the thing. So I put the order in at $8. Now, this is where I'm saying people get silly. Just because something bid 2 or 3, if the stock is moving 10 points down every 10 seconds, why do you think the price is not going to go up? So to send me a message saying, Sam, it already moved $5, well, the stock moved $50 in the time that it took me to get it. Now, the only reason I got it, and I got it at 6, is because I put it in at 8. Now, let's say you put it in at 8 and he fills you at 8, and then the stock doesn't go down. That means the price goes back to 3 and you're down $5 within a second. Are you okay with being down $5? If you're not okay, you never put the price higher. I was absolutely, we had a good week, everything. So I'm good with losing $8. $8 on 80 contracts. I was good with losing 64,000. I didn't care. That's the only way you get a fill on something that's moving like that. If you think, I mean, I had another question from a guy said, Sam, why don't you just put it in at 310? What do you think is going to happen if SMCI drops 50 points? Is he going to give it to you 10 cents higher? Is he going to take it to $5 or $6? And then you miss it. That's up to you. If you're okay with that huge loss, then you put it in higher. If you're not, you don't, or you wait till it stabilizes. Then in the room, I said 3 times when it was at 8, I think it was at 890, and the 850 puts were $2. And I said, this guy is an idiot. Who's going to sell those? Remember, if you buy an option, somebody has to sell that option to you. Somebody, the market maker somewhere else. So if the price is 150 to 2, who's selling that to you? Because I'm like, this can drop another 100 points, and it did drop 100 points. That $2 went to $50. Who is selling that to you? I mean, the market maker is taking that risk because he's a moron. I mean, that price, $40 out of the money with 2 hours to go, should have been $10. Because no sane person in the world is going to sell that to you. Only the market maker. So I'm sure he got called into a meeting after that by his boss and said, you do this shit again, don't come in. Just take an Uber home. We're not going to even give you the car from your parking lot because we're going to sell it to make up for your losses. Okay? So 2 things here to learn is if you want to buy something, there's times you have to put in, and you don't do a market. Because if I did a market on that SMCI, I may have not got 6, I may have got 30. It may have filled me at 30. Now, that 30 did go to 180. So, kind of crazy, right? Okay, 150, went to 150, right? So you still made money. So then the next question was when I sold it, like, Sam, why are you selling it? I'm like, we got 80 contracts and we just made 24 points. We made $200,000. And the way SMCI moves, maybe it goes right back up and you lose that 200,000. Why would you not do that? Okay, guys? So you got to get smarter. Okay? I don't care. If you get stupid greedy, you're going to get butchered. So why wouldn't you sell those and buy the next ones? And you throw, here's the thing that I say, and it amazes me that the people in the world that don't understand this. If you buy something at 1 and you sell it at 5, you're up 4 points. If you put a point in and buy the next one, you just subtract from 5, you subtract the point you put in. It's like you got 4 for that option. So you took 1 to 4. I understand you put 1 in, you really got 5, and that's what you're confirmed. It doesn't work that way. If you made 10 grand and you put $1,000 back in, you just tell yourself you made 9 grand. Now, there's a bunch of morons out there and idiots that say, "What? But Sam, you won 1, you lost 1. You only have a 50% hit rate." I'm like, I'm up 9 grand, and I'm 1 for 1. See, this is the stupidity of statistics. I mean, just like the Super Bowl, these guys are arguing about Shanahan did the right thing. Let me tell you, you're going to give the ball to Mahomes on 4 downs? You have to factor that in. So this is the same thing in stocks. You have to factor in what's going on. This is SMCI. It goes up 10, 20, 30. SMCI is up 24 today. What if it opens at 950 today? And if Nvidia is good and it goes to 1600? Now another message I got says, Sam, you just said it was going to go to 1600. I said, yeah, it's going to go to 600. Doesn't mean I said it today. So it went down. Now maybe it does come back up. You have to be dynamic. If you expect every single position in your account to go to 0, say you have 50 grand in, you say it's going to go to 0. Okay, I'm good with that. Then you go buy an SMCI position, you're up 200 grand. 50 went to 0, you're up 150. You're up 200 grand. Take out the 50, you're up 150 grand. This is trading 101. This is Sam 101. This is why Sam is Sam, and he's better than everybody. It's very, very straightforward. But you got people Well, I can't afford $6, Sam. Okay. I couldn't afford $6 in 92, 93 when I was playing either. So you don't play those. You go slow. Another question from people that were out there. They're like, well, I got a small account. Why should I play it? That's up to you. But if you have an account, let's say it's $5,000 and you're up to $8,000, what's wrong with putting $1,000 in? You're profitable. You're up $3,000 to buy an option, SMCI Nvidia, that can go to $10 or $15, and you can go 1 to 15. What's wrong with that? If you lose it, you're still at $5,000 to $7,000. You're up $2,000. See, this is the logic of losers. Don't have logic of losers. It depends what you're trying to do. Now, if you're trying to go $5,000 to $10,000 and that's your yearly goal, you would never buy SMCI because you're at $8,000. You're like, I'm going to go slow. I have 9 more months. I'm going to go slow. That's up to you. Okay, Meta. Meta hit 488 and it's down 20. Let me tell you, things that are going to happen. If Nvidia is good, and I'm not telling you Nvidia is going to be good. If Nvidia is good, Meta is at 500. SMCI is probably at 1,200. Okay? If Bitcoin runs today, coin could be 190 in the first 10 minutes. And MicroStrategy can go all the way to 780. If Nvidia is good, Snow can go all the way to 250. ARM can go to 160. If Nvidia is bad, Avago is going to hit 1150. ASML Lam Research going to tank. ARM going to go to 100. Snow going to go to 200. MDB going to go to 400. Meta going to go to probably 430. SMCI probably go to 500. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but here's the thing. People were asking me Friday, said, Sam, go buy. Why are you not buying for next week? Because I knew, first of all, the market could open down on today. I knew it. And that's why I didn't buy anything. Because we still like upside, but we don't want to buy down. Okay? So, yeah. So we knew it. And so we laid off, and we're going to see. So now if Nvidia, I would love Nvidia to pop down to say 709, maybe 699, then we go in. So you end up buying something, and you're still there. You don't have to buy today. You can buy tomorrow before the close. Then we see. Okay? That's trading. That's being smarter. Be smarter, you get better. Okay, last one. We'll get going here. On the run after earnings, better to get calls away. Okay. Is Adobe. So it took us a couple of days to figure it out. We couldn't really figure out what was going down, and then OpenAI released their thing. And if you can get OpenAI and their product is cheaper than Adobe, and it's better than Adobe, and it's newer than Adobe, then Adobe's going to go to 400. Now, we're not saying it is. We're just saying that's the perception. And if that's the perception, it started going down. And it went all the way down to 546 from 630, 640. It's down 90 points. And there's no particular reason to buy it till they come out and tell you something of either their product is way better, they have their own product that's doing the same thing, and their cost is cheaper. Let me tell you, Microsoft hasn't released their Copilot numbers because they're probably pretty shitty. Okay? I'm just telling you. And if Google or somebody else, Meta, comes out and says their product is better than Microsoft's going to go down 80, 90 points. Here's the thing that's going on with the AI. Okay? Is all these companies are going to be in trouble if they're not in it, and they may still be in trouble if they're in it. Because it's a new world. If you have a better product, you're going to use the better product. If it's cheaper, you're not going to just say, oh, well, I am a Microsoft fan. I love Microsoft. You're not going to use Microsoft if everything is better. If Microsoft is better or is good, and they charge less, then you're going to do it. Okay? So very, very interesting. Very straightforward. If you have a database on AWS that's free or is good for what you need, you're not going to go pay for Oracle. You're not going to do it. Okay? So you have to understand that you have to factor all this stuff in. Now, Adobe, when is enough? I don't know. But here's the thing. If OpenAI's product can do everything Adobe can do and say they're going to give you a 6-month free trial, people are going to leave Adobe so fast it's going to make your head spin. But if Adobe's is better and it's reasonable in price, then everybody will get it. Oh, one more. I forgot. Lam Research ASML. They're way down today. I love ASML 950s, but they were $11. They're going to open at 6. I'm not going to sniff them at 6, but if they get to 2, I love them at 2. And I think Lam Research, which was 956, he's 915. He's down 45 points on AMAT's earnings, which are as good as earnings you'll ever see in your life. But what they're doing is people are just selling, let them sell it. This is why you don't go in and get stuff that's way higher. And you have to chill and expect zero works. It may not work for you because you lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Buy less, go slow. And when you have profits, even when you have $5,000 to $8,000, you have profits. Maybe you say, I'm going to take a shot with $1,000. I never said take the shot with $8,000. Okay? So very, very straightforward. That's what we know. That's what we know. Let's get going. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Stocks go up. Stocks go down. We're down a bit. What are we down? What are we down? I think we were down 15, 16. Okay, let's just assume 16. That puts it at 49.85-ish, somewhere in there, down 20. Okay, there you go. 49.85, 49.80, 49.80-ish. You got 49.52 on the downside, and you got 50.30 on the upside. And you're in a range. But once again, with Nvidia coming out, this thing can go up or down 80, 90 points. Very straightforward. Avago, 1180 down, 1282 up. Nvidia, 926, but 944 is a big number. I'm sorry, 744 is a big number. Underneath 699. Now, the move is not going to really happen before. It can go up or down 20, 25, but I don't think the move is happening before. And then we see, and then we see. But if you're going to go by, say, the 650s and the 800s, which is you're in the middle, you think you're in the middle. What if it goes down to 690? You're now no longer in the middle. That's why you wait. ASML, 952, big number underneath. It can go all the way to 881. Adobe, 522 down. I mean, this is really straightforward here. 600 up. AMAT. This thing was at 211. It's at 198. If this gets down to 195, the 200s at 30 or 40 cents become interesting. Lam Research. I actually like the 950s at 1. At 1. They're 11. But I would pay 1. If he gives it to me for 1 right at the open, I would pay 1. But they're 11. Doesn't mean you're going to get them, but doesn't mean you're not. Lilly continues to move. 802, 839. Pan W, earnings week, I believe. 372, 399. Zscaler. If Pan W goes up 30, Zscaler is at 262. Okay? CMG goes to 2800 or 2750, 2730, I think. 2724, somewhere in there. And it's down. It's down 150. Let it go down. ARM. Does it squeeze? Maybe. When does it squeeze? Don't know. That's what we know. Snowman will move on Nvidia. MDB will move on Nvidia. Numbers don't matter right now. Just wait. Okay? Because no matter what number I give you on Snow or MDB, depending on what Nvidia does, it's going to move. So it doesn't matter. Let's say Snow were to go to 252 today, the number is meaningless. Because if Nvidia misses, it goes right back down. MicroStrategy is starting to move. There's no reason MicroStrategy should have come off of 800. So this may go to 780 in the first 10 minutes. Coins starting to pop. I love the 190s here. They're going to be $5. They're too high. Hey, Meta, I like 490. If you can get 490s at 1 and it goes to 500 because Nvidia is good, you got a 1 to 10. Don't overpay. Okay, Amazon 172, Google 142, SMCI 878, and then 931. Microsoft 399, 391. Let me tell you, Microsoft can go to 382 if Nvidia misses. If it's good, probably goes back to 420. NOW continues to go down, makes no sense. Somebody selling, let them sell it. Okay? 814 breaks, we wait. When it breaks 814, it goes. And Tesla has no good news. These chart guys keep quoting, oh my God, this stock is, they have no good news. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no good news. Interesting. That's what we know. Okay, hope you like the call. Thanks, everyone. See you in chat.